How's it going, YouTube? Prisco YGO here, coming at you with another deck profile that I actually forgot to do because of the Banlist hype that was going on, and I got so hyped with the new Time Thief stuff, well, with the PK stuff going on and Rusty coming off the Banlist, that I completely forgot to show you guys the deck profile of the pure Tenyi deck that has a pretty good matchup against the meta. And now that the meta has changed, I feel like it's going to have an even better matchup because all the ceilings of those meta decks have come down, which means Tenyi that has stayed right here is, got a better chance. So I'm going to be taking it to locals more often now and seeing what I can do. So let's go ahead and get right into the profile. All right, let's go. All right, so I've got the deck right here. I don't want to waste too much of your time. I'm not going to go into combos because I have done combos for this deck in the past. So we're just going to go off with the deck profile. And if you guys do want to see some combos with this profile, because I haven't done it yet. So I haven't done combos with this version of the deck yet, at least not video-wise. But if you guys want to see that, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. And go ahead and leave a big old thumbs up. So to start off, we are running 3 copies of Tenyi Spirited Hara. Don't think that I have to really go into this, but Tenyi Spirited Hara, actually all the Tenyi Spirit main deck monsters have the effect where they can special summon themselves from the hand to the field, as long as you control no effect monsters. So that includes when you control no monsters at all. And the main boss monsters are all non-effect monsters. So yeah, and then they all have separate effects based on when they banish themselves for cost. This one gets to target a banished Tenyi card, or banished Tenyi monster, and add it back to your hand other than this card. So it can add another copy of itself, but not this one. It's on its own. Next, we are playing 3 copies of Vishuddha. This is your compulse of the deck. It has the effect where you can banish it for cost, target one face-up monster, one face-up card, I think. Double check that. Well, no, not even face-up. Target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. It's not even got to be face-up, so it's pretty good. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Vishuddha. If you guys have seen any of my past Tenyi deck profiles and you know these ratios, you play 3, 3, and 3, and then 1 to 2 each of the level 4s. This one is sort of like a Stratos, I guess. It pretty much special summons any Tenyi monster from the deck. The only thing is it locks you into Tenyis. So it's good for a late combo extender. And if you open up with it, then you don't have to get it off of Vessel. Now for the one-ofs, we're playing 1 copy of Mapura, 1 copy of Nahada, and 1 copy of Shithana. Now, I like Shithana more than I like these 2, but these 2 do come up, which is why I still play them. Plus, they are other, more names. This one is like a Battle Fader sort of, actually not even. It's more of like an honest, actually. It makes your opponent's monster lose 1500 attack when a attack is declared involving your opponent's monster and a non-effect monster that you control. This one, if a card targets a non-effect monster, then you can banish this and negate the activation. And this one is probably the best one out of the 3, that if a non-effect monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this, special summon that monster, and then destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. So, pretty good. Next, we are playing only 2 copies of Mare. Most of the time we're going to be pitching this off of our Vessel. You might want to bump this up to 3 if you really feel like you need to, because we do play Desires in the deck, so sometimes playing 3 might be necessary. I feel like playing 2 because most of the time I'm going to be getting this out of the deck before I even go into Desires. I am also playing 3 copies of Lava Golem. This card in this deck is just, it's so funny, it's so oppressive, and it's just like, let me Lava Golem 2 of your monsters, bounce the Lava Golem back with Vishuda, and then Lava Golem, another 2 of your monsters, because it's not once per turn. Yeah, I don't get a normal summon there. That's perfectly fine. Whenever I did this to any of my opponents last weekend, it threw them off so much. Actually, I don't think it was the weekend. It was Thursday. It was a Thursday locals, which are actually really competitive. It gets really wild there. And yeah, this throws people off so much. It's actually really funny. For the rest of the monsters, we are playing 1 copy of Pancratiles because this deck does like to go second, if you guys couldn't already tell. And then we're playing 3 copies of Ash. I would be playing more hand traps, but we really don't have the room for it, just with all the other cards that we are playing, and the potential to go second and break your opponent's board is really strong, so it's not really needed. For the spells, we are playing 3 copies of the field spell, which is Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi. It's really good because all non-effect monsters on the field are unaffected by monster effects. Once per turn, if your opponent special summons an effect monster while you control a face-down monster or a non-effect monster, you can draw 2 cards. It's really good. It's good protection, especially when you combine it with the Link 4 and you make a giant token. It's really strong. Next, we are playing 3 copies of Vessel of the Dragon Cycle. This card is absolutely broken. It is a Foolish Burial and Rhoda in 1. It's a hard once per turn and really susceptible to Ash, but if you can get this to go off, you're pretty much guaranteed to go full combo and just absolutely beat down your opponent, because that's what this deck likes to go and do. It likes to go second, break your opponent's boards, and then beat them down little by little without letting them do anything. Next, we are playing 3 copies of Heavenly Dragon Circle. This card is really good. It came out of Rise of the Duelist. It says tribute 1 Worm monster, add a Worm monster from your deck to your hand, and or if you tributed a non-effect monster, you can activate when you activate this card. You can special summon it instead, but negate its effects. And then during your main phase, if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Tenyi card from your deck to your hand, and you can only use 1 card of this name, or 1 effect of this card's name per turn. So we're going to be using this mostly to search our field spell. If we're going second or if we're going first, we can search out the counter trap. I don't have a side deck fully prepared, but just know that we are playing 2 copies of the counter trap in the side, as well as other going first cards, when we're only main decking 1 copy. And speaking of putting this in the graveyard, we are playing 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods, just to help get that Dragon Cycle or Dragon Circle to the graveyard. We're also playing 3 copies of Pot of Desires because we do need some more draw power in this deck, and that's one of this deck's biggest weaknesses. 1 copy of Foolish Burial, 1 Terraforming, 1 Upstart Goblin, and then the 1 Tenyi counter trap to round it off. So 40 cards in the main deck. Next, for the extra deck, we are playing 3 copies of Monk of the Tenyi. Any less is definitely incorrect. I feel like 3 is just necessary, even though it is a Link 1, 1000 attack, non-effect monster. It is very important to get the play started, especially when you don't open up that well, so you really need to just have him on the field so that you can use your Tenyi monster's effects. That way you can at least try to snowball into some other things. We are playing 2 copies of Shaman. You can bump this up to 3 if you feel like it. I really like it at 2. That's because I'm playing some other generic links to try to open up different options depending on what my matchups are. We are playing 1 copy of Berserker the Tenyi. This is one of the main boss monsters, but it's not the only one, and it's not the one that I go into most of the time. The other Link 3 that we're playing is Draco Masters of the Tenyi. This is really good if we combine it with like Dark Rule no More. We go Dark Rule no More, link up into this, and just pop a bunch of our opponent's cards. Pretty much, you pop cards up to the amount of non-effect monsters you have on the field and in the graveyard, as long as this is the only effect monster that we control. And then the Link 4, which is just absolutely broken, is Sahaz Rara. This card came out of Dual Overload. So it says that while you control a face-up non-effect monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target effect monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target effect monsters on the field with card effects. That includes their own, by the way. Quick effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls. Special summon one Tenyi spirit token. It's a worm light level 4 attack. Question mark defense 0. Token's attack becomes that targeted monster's original attack. And you can only use the effect of Tenyi spirit, so it has Rara once per turn. I really like this when your opponent tries to like Nibiru you, and you have like just a bunch of non-effect monsters on the field with the field spell, because then they only tribute off the effect monsters, and you keep all your big monsters, and then you keep all your non-effect monsters, and you just get another token that you can use for link fodder. It's really good. Now for the generic links, we are playing one Link Karibo. This is for when we make our tokens with Mare. One Solomon Great Almirage, although I might cut this because I didn't use it at all. I was only using it just in case I bricked and had to normal summon something, but then I realized I don't ever really have to normal summon anything. One Proxy Dragon. This is pretty good for like I said, the Mare play when we need another Link 2 to go into. Same thing with Lanfarincus. It's just another Link 2 that's generic, and it's actually not effect monster, so it allows us to use our Tenyi main deck cards. I'm also playing one Crusadia Equimax to help go into OTKs, and the cool thing about this, when combined with the Tenyi field spell, is this card says that it gains the attack of the combined original attack of all monsters this card points to. Monsters this card points to cannot attack once per turn. Quick effect, you contribute one Crusadia or World Legacy monster, yada yada. We don't use that effect, right? But it says that monsters that this card points to cannot attack, right? So here's the cool thing about this: when we combine it with the field spell and we have it pointing at three really big monsters, so Lava Golem that we use on our opponent's turn, or on our turn to get rid of some of our opponent's cards, and then two really big non-effect monsters over here. Well, the field spell says that the non-effect monsters are unaffected, so we can attack with this for however much, right? And then attack with our big monsters or big non-effect monsters as well, because they're unaffected by his effect. And then we're also playing one Adamancipator Risen Dragite and one Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. This is just in case we go first and we don't have too many other plays, so we have to try to put up at least some type of negation. We almost always have Mare in the graveyard, so this card will still be live for negation. We won't be able to use the effect to bounce cards back to the hand or to the deck, but having the negate is still pretty powerful. And then Draco Berserker of the Tenyi is really good because whenever your opponent activates a monster effect, you just banish it. It doesn't negate it, unfortunately, but it does banish it. Plus, it's a pseudo-poro sword as it stands. So that's it for the deck profile. Again, no combos, no side deck. Just know that in the side deck, you're playing a lot of going first cards, so more of the counter trap, maybe some judgments if you want. The artifact package is really good. Vanity's Fiend, Majesty's Fiend, all that good shit. You know, those going first cards, really powerful. But also, I would still be playing Nibiru. I would still be playing cards like Dark Ruler no more for when you know you're gonna go second. So like if you win the die roll, you choose to go second. They make you go first. Game 2 and then game 3, you know damn well you're going second. So hey, put in all those go second cards, let them build their board, and then just pick it apart little by little. I'm telling you, that interaction with Dark Ruler No More and the Tenyi Link 3 effect monster with a bunch of non-effect monsters and tokens on the field, it's really strong. Anyways guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's video. I really hope you enjoyed, so please leave a big thumbs up if you feel like I deserved it. It really does help with spreading the videos to other people who are looking for similar content to that I make. Sorry, it's really late and I'm really tired, so I can't really speak English today. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really trying to get to 200 subscribers before the end of the year, and we are already almost there. So yeah, and comment down below what you guys think. If you have a similar deck profile, if you are planning on building this, what are your tech choices? What are some things that you want to do? I've already tried a couple of different versions. I've tried the Invoke build. I've tried the Goki Pole Giant Ballpark build. I even did some Crusadia Nemesis builds. It was really crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm extremely tired. Hope you guys have a good night, and peace out.